Matt Moore, through his first inning of postseason play, faces 4 batters, gave up a 2-out single to Josh Hamilton, but then retired Michael Young, and on 18 first inning pitches gets through it relatively easily.
I sure did, and that's a good number to get settled into your first postseason inning. C.J. Wilson had a 1-2-3 inning and a strikeout in his first inning of work.
9-pitch first inning for him as Ben Zobrist leads it off. Zobrist in the cleanup spot here for the Rays. 10 strike one. Made the career high 156 games. Third straight season for Zobrist that has played at least 150 games for Tampa Bay. So versatile, a guy who played 6 different positions last year. Quickly down 0-2.
C.J. Wilson is really a student of the other team's lineups. He went back and looked at his previous 3 starts this year and saw what he did against the Rays, and then he looked at other pitchers that are similar to his own style, and he watched what they did against the lineup as well. He will not give in to you, and he has so many weapons to use. He's got fastballs, he's got a cutter he uses back door to the right-handers. He'll throw a curveball if he's sensing that somebody's getting on the velocity of his other pitches. He's got a great changeup, but the biggest thing is he's got terrific sink on his fastball. That's what leads to all those ground balls.
Check swing grounder that ends up foul, but it gets him on the hand, and he'll be given first base. But more importantly, right now, Zobrist is in some pain.
One thing the Rays will do, and Ron Washington talked about it, is they will play unorthodox baseball. They will do things against the percentages, play hit and run. They'll bunt anytime. They always have that secret weapon of that squeeze bunts. They can use the safety squeeze. They can do a lot of things to beat you.
Johnny Damon making his 8th postseason appearance with his 4th different team. He was part of 2 World Series teams, the Red Sox in 04, the Yankees in 09. And he has really been terrific for the Rays this season. Of course, he and Manny Ramirez joined the Rays during the offseason and in spring training. We know what happened to Manny Ramirez. Johnny Damon has been huge for Tampa Bay this season, not only on the field, but in the clubhouse.
Especially in the clubhouse. He's a real stabilizing veteran. He has a lot of fun playing, and Damon's ability to stay on the field and contribute really means a lot to a manager, where you can just pencil his name in and know that he's going to be there. It doesn't make any difference lefties, righties. He's in there every single day.
His average did dip 40 points in the second half from the All-Star break on, down from 279 to 238. And this year primarily being used mostly as a DH. A little different for Johnny this season.
I asked Johnny what C.J. Wilson presents as a problem to a hitter. He says he's got such late movement. You can see the fastball out in front of that hitting zone, and then it just breaks down and in. You swing over the top of it. It's tough to square it up.
Check on Zobrist back to the bag. Damon did not enjoy the season series against the Rangers. He was 3 for 21 against Texas. And one of his hits was a home run this year. Damon tries to hold up. He'll check. He did, according to Greg Gibson.
Again, you can see Damon ready to swing. He says swing, swing, swing. No, right at the end. It looked like he might have gone too far. But that's the quality of that pitch from C.J. Wilson. Late movement, that sinking fastball really runs down and in on Damon.
Wilson behind 3-1. Zobrist at first. And Damon turns on this, hits it high in the air to deep right field. Nelson Cruz back at the wall. It is gone. A 2-run home run for Johnny Damon. And the Tampa Bay Rays out to the 2-0 advantage in the second inning. Damon with 16 home runs during the regular season puts the Rays on top in the first postseason game. Damon in game 1. Kelly Shopping, one of 3 catchers on the Rays team for the postseason.
Matt Joyce is one of those lefties that hit a home run off C.J. Wilson. There's Joyce right there talking to Damon. He's batting 9th today. Matt Joyce went 1 for 2 way back in a game in May and hit a home run off C.J. Wilson, and then didn't face him in the next 2 games.
1-1 1 to Shopik is outside. 2-1. It's a 176 average during the regular season for Shopik, but he is powered up lately. 3 home runs the last 6 games for Kelly Shopik. Wilson falling behind again. He got behind Damon. 3-1, and now behind Shopik. 3-1.
Johnny Damon had that check swing, and it was ruled no swing, and he got one more pitch, and he made the most of it. Got Shopik out in front. Game 2 last year, Michael Young with the check swing, no swing, and then the next pitch, straightaway center field. Much like what Johnny Damon did, that would lead to Joe Madden being ejected by Jim Wolf. But runs are so precious and outs are so important. When you let one get away, you never know how it's going to come back and bite you.
Liner to left, and is dropped by Gentry. He was coming on aggressively. Wanted to get that ball, but he traps it, able to keep it in front of him, and Shopik is aboard at first base. So Kelly Shopik at first base, Casey Kochman the batter, and he takes strike 1. Casey Kochman starting the year at AAA this year, and he finishes the season hitting at .306 for the Rays. 10 homers, 48 runs batted in for him. Extremely good defensive first baseman. Broken bat grounder softly right side. Kinsler has no play at second, so he goes to first and retires Kochman as Shopik takes second base. Not hit hard at all. Broken bat grounder. He was the heir apparent for a long time for Carl Crawford. Of course, left for Boston as a free agent in the offseason. Started the season in the minors. 275 in 89 games for Durham before he got called up. And since being called up, virtually he's played every day. 333 average in July and August. Struggled in September, hitting at just 160. Actually, compare him to the guy that he replaced in Crawford. He had a better average, 1 less homer, and 2 more stolen bases in 67 less games.
But he has trouble against C.J. Wilson. He's 0 for 9 in his at-bats against Wilson, so that's why Joe Madden has dropped him down in the order. And as you mentioned, he's cooled off here at the end of the season. But he is a very interesting young player. He's got a good eye at the plate, very disciplined at the plate, and he's got terrific speed.
C.J. Wilson, 7 of 8 first pitch strikes so far in the game. Jennings carves it foul. A 2-run home run in the inning for Johnny Damon, as Tampa Bay on top 2-0. They get Kelly Shopik in scoring position at second.
Rangers outfield throws very well, so Shopik's going to have to work to get a big secondary lead.
Jennings hits it in the air to left field, sending Gentry back all the way to the warning track to make the catch. He had to be battling the sun as he got back there shy of the wall, and fires back into third. No advance for Shopik. 2 outs as Jennings gives it a ride to deep left, but he's out number 2. So 2 down. Kelly Shopik at second base, and Matt Joyce the batter. He is batting 9th and has not faced a lot of lefties at all this year. In fact, he's not hit lefties at all. An 80 average against lefties. He's 2 for 25 against left-handers. Really having a tough time against him, but as you mentioned, did have success against C.J. Wilson.
Hit a home run against C.J. Wilson on an 0-1 fastball, and it was a mistake that Wilson just left right over the middle of the plate. I asked Matt Joyce about that this morning, and he said, oh yeah, I remembered. It was right out over the plate, and he hit it hard. As you mentioned, he didn't have many hits against lefties.
Takes a pitch outside. In his first career All-Star appearance did Matt Joyce. They're hitting .290, 12 home runs. The season's first half. Joyce had a very good season series against Texas, hitting at .300 against the Texas Rangers. Pops it up, foul ground. Mike Napoli coming back as far as he can, but it's into the seats.
Another reason this is such a tough pitcher's ballpark is there's very little foul territory along the baselines or behind home plate. So anything that goes up behind the catcher generally ends up behind the screen and out of play. So that forces the pitcher to make another pitch, and there's a lot of room for base hits in this ballpark.
Like Napoli reeling off the signs. One of the newcomers to the Rangers this year with Adrian Beltre. Missing inside. And Napoli has really become a very good catcher. He's not really known for his defense when he was in Anaheim with the Angels.
Yeah, he really did a good job for Ron Washington. Worked very well with the pitchers. Really has a good feel for how you change a game plan midstream. Made 57 starts behind the plate here in Texas.
Joyce hits it on the ground by the dive of Young, and Kinsler into right. Around comes Shopik. There's no throw, and the Tampa Bay Rays take a 3-0 lead. Big 2-out RBI single for Matt Joyce puts the Rays on top 3-0.
Well, the one thing C.J. Wilson should remember, he's got a lot of thunder in his lineup, and they can erase a 3-run deficit with one swing of the bat.
They check on Joyce at first, who's back to the bag. Michael Young holds him on. Sean Rodriguez grounded out to third base in the first inning. He's 0 for 1.
Matt Joyce is a high percentage base stealer. He was caught just once this year. He picks his spots very well. He might be their best first to third guy.
Missing again, and it's now 2-0. C.J. Wilson off the plate outside. Dealing with Sean Rodriguez, who came to the Rays, part of the Scott Kazmir deal with the Angels. He's a player to be named later in the deal. A deal that's worked out very well for Tampa Bay. That's a strike, 2-1.
This is a spot where they can start Matt Joyce knowing that Wilson's going to be around the plate. Hopeful of getting a ball into the gap, maybe scoring him from first.
Another check on Joyce, who's back to the bag. Amazing 2-run home run by Damon in this inning, a left-handed batter. He mentioned C.J. Wilson allowed just 2 homers to left-handed batters. Prior to this season, he had not allowed a home run to a left-handed batter since June 3rd of 2008, when Shin-Soo Choo took him deep. That's a strike and a full count now. Two down in the second. Matt Joyce at first. Rodriguez stays alive.
Sean Rodriguez, a very versatile player that's really tightened up the infield defense when he's taken over at shortstop. And his real problem has been hitting against right-handed pitching. He should be an everyday player given the skills he has, but he needs to bump up his average against righties. He hit just 192 this year. He's hit 273 against the lefties.
.32 pitches so far in the inning for C.J. Wilson. Rodriguez to right. It'll send Nelson Cruz back, but he's got plenty of room as he puts it away to end the second. With a 3-spot put on the board by the Rays in the second inning, a 2-run shot for Johnny Damon. The Rays on top 3-0.